Welcome. We have walked a long road together through the 5 books of Moses: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. We followed the story of creation, of the fathers, of a people brought out of Egypt and shaped in the wilderness. With the death of Moses, the Torah came to its close. Before we go on to the books of the land and the kings, we turn now to something older. For the Torah, though it stands first, looks back to a world that came before it, and one ancient book carries us into that world. The Book of Enoch, known in Ethiopia by its Ge'ez name, Enoch, is one of the most ancient writings preserved in the Ethiopian Bible. Its events belong to the generations before the flood, before Abraham, before Sinai, the deep beginnings that Genesis names only briefly. To read it here just after the Torah is to step back to the foundation beneath the foundation. It was known to the earliest followers of the faith, quoted directly in the New Testament book of Jude, and preserved as scripture by the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church for nearly 2,000 years. Fragments of it were also found among the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran, confirming its place in the spiritual library of ancient Israel. Though it was eventually set aside by the Western and Eastern churches, Enoch was never lost. It remained part of the 81-book canon of Ethiopia, read alongside Genesis and Exodus as part of the same sacred story. In these pages, you will hear of the patriarch Enoch, who walked with God and was taken to the heavens, of the fallen watchers and their offspring, of cosmic judgment, and of visions of the Son of Man given long before the prophets. What you'll hear unfolds across 5 ancient sections: the Book of the Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Book of Dream Visions, and the Epistle of Enoch, each preserving a different revelation given to the patriarch. Find a comfortable place. Let the word settle over you. We now turn to the Book of Enoch, Chapter 1. The Book of Enoch. Chapter 1. The words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one that is to come. Concerning the elect I said, and took up my parable concerning them, the Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be struck with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And the earth shall be wholly torn apart, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be a judgment upon all. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them. And they shall all belong to God, and they shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed. And he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he comes with 10,000s of his holy ones, to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Chapter 2. Observe everything that takes place in the heaven, how the lights do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and do not go against their appointed order. Behold the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last. How steadfast they are! How none of the things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear before you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain rest upon it. Chapter 3. Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage, but keep the old leaves from 2 to 3 years until the new comes. Chapter 4. And again, observe the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth, over against it, and you seek shade and shelter because of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with growing heat, and so you cannot tread upon the earth or upon a rock because of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Therefore give heed, and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that lives forever has made them so. And all his works go on like this from year to year forever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him, and their tasks do not change. But as God has ordained, so it is done. And behold how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish their work, and do not change their tasks from his commandments. But you have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but you have turned away and spoken proud and hard words, with your impure mouths against his greatness. O you hard-hearted, you shall find no peace. Therefore you shall curse your days, and the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal curse, and you shall find no mercy. In those days you shall make your names an eternal curse unto all the righteous, and by you shall all who curse, and all the sinners and godless shall swear by you. And all the righteous shall rejoice, and there shall be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There shall be salvation unto them, a goodly light. But for all of you sinners there shall be no salvation, and upon you all shall rest a curse. But for the elect there shall be light and joy and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. And then there shall be given unto the elect wisdom, and they shall all live, and shall never again sin, neither through ungodliness, nor through pride. But those who are wise shall be humble, and they shall not again transgress, nor shall they sin all the days of their life, nor shall they die under the divine anger or wrath, but they shall complete the number of the days of their life, and their lives shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace, all the days of their life. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born to them beautiful and comely daughters, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose wives for ourselves from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual promises not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then they all swore together, and bound themselves by mutual promises upon it. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared upon the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual promises upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Semjaza, who was their leader, Arakiba, Ramil, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakajel, Asel, Amaros, Batarel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samzapil, Sadarel, Turel, Jumjel, and Sariel. These were their chiefs of tens. Chapter 7. And all the others together with them took wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And the women became pregnant, and they bore great giants, whose height was 3,000 cubits. These consumed all that the labor of men produced, until men could no longer sustain them. Then the giants turned against men in order to devour them. And they began to sin against the birds, and the beasts, and the reptiles, and the fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8. And Azazel taught men to make swords, and knives, and shields, and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets, and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all colouring dyes. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, Amaros the resolving of enchantments. Barakijal taught astrology, Kokabel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of the clouds, Arakiel the signs of the earth, Shamsiel the signs of the sun, and Sariel the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried out, and their cry went up to heaven. Chapter 9. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven, and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being worked upon the earth. And they said one to another, The earth, made empty of inhabitants, cries out, and the voice of their crying goes up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men, make their appeal, saying, Bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the ages, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of your glory stands unto all the generations of the ages, and your name is holy and glorious, and blessed unto all the ages. You have made all things, and power over all things you have, and all things are naked and open in your sight, and you see all things, and nothing can hide itself from you. You see what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were kept in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And you see what Semjaza has done, to whom you have given authority to rule over his companions. And they have gone in unto the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sins. And the women have borne giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying out, and making their appeal to the gates of heaven, and their lament has ascended, and cannot cease, because of the lawless deeds which are worked on the earth. And you know all things before they come to pass, and you see these things, and you allow them, and you do not tell us what we are to do concerning them. Chapter 10. Then the Most High, the Holy and Great One, spoke, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, hide yourself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And now instruct him, that he may escape, and that his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudel, and cast him in there. And place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him remain there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire, and heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel the Lord said, Proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication and the children of the watchers from among men. Send them one against another, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days they shall not have. And no request that their fathers make on their behalf shall be granted unto them, for they hope to live an eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. And the Lord said unto Michael, Go, bind Simjazer and his companions, who have united themselves with women, so as to have defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanness. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations beneath the hills of the earth, until the day of their judgment and of their consummation, until the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, and to the torment and the prison in which they shall be confined forever. And whoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from then on be bound together with them to the end of all generations, and destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear, and it shall prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live until they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall they complete in peace. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall all be planted with trees, and be full of blessing. And all desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it. And the vine which they plant on it shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown on it, each measure shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. And you shall cleanse the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all godlessness, and all the uncleanness that is worked upon the earth. Destroy it from off the earth. And all the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration, and shall praise me, and all shall worship me. And the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment. And I will never again send a flood upon it from generation to generation, and forever. Chapter 11. And in those days I will open the storehouses of blessing which are in the heaven, so as to send them down upon the earth, over the work and labor of the children of men. And truth and peace shall be joined together throughout all the days of the world, and throughout all the generations of men. Chapter 12. Before these things, Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he stayed, and what had become of him. And his work had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of Majesty and the King of the ages. And behold, the watchers called me, Enoch the Scribe, and said unto me, Enoch, Scribe of righteousness, go, declare to the watchers of the heaven, who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken wives for themselves. You have wrought great destruction on the earth, and you shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin. And since they delight themselves in their children, they shall see the murder of their beloved ones, and over the destruction of their children shall they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity. But mercy and peace shall you not attain. Chapter 13. And Enoch went and said unto Azazel, You shall have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against you, to put you in bonds. And you shall not have tolerance, nor any request granted to you, because of the unrighteousness which you have taught, and because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin, which you have shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they begged me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. For from then on they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to heaven, for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. Then I wrote out their petition, and the prayer concerning their spirits and their deeds individually, and concerning their requests, that they should have forgiveness and rest. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. And I read their petition until I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me. And I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice came bidding me to tell it to the sons of heaven, and to rebuke them. And when I awoke, I came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping in Abel's jail, which is between Lebanon and Senizer, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to rebuke the heavenly watchers. Chapter 14. This is the book of the words of righteousness, and of the rebuke of the eternal watchers, in accordance with the command of the Holy Great One in that vision. I saw in my sleep what I will now tell with the tongue of flesh, and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to men, to speak with it, and to understand with the heart. As he has created and given to man the power of understanding the word of wisdom, so also has he created me, and given me the power of rebuking the watchers, the children of heaven. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared thus, that your petition will not be granted unto you throughout all the days of eternity, and that judgment has been finally passed upon you. Yes, your petition will not be granted unto you. And from now on you shall not ascend into heaven unto all eternity, and the decree has gone forth to bind you in the bonds of the earth for all the days of the world. And before that, you shall have seen the destruction of your beloved sons, and you shall have no pleasure in them, but they shall fall before you by the sword, and your petition on their behalf shall not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray and speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. And the vision was shown to me thus. Behold, in the vision clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me, and the course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me, and the winds in the vision caused me to fly, and lifted me upward, and bore me into heaven. And I went in until I drew near to a wall which was built of crystals, and surrounded by tongues of fire, and it began to frighten me. And I went into the tongues of fire, and drew near to a large house which was built of crystals, and the walls of the house were like a tiled floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them were fiery cherubim, and their sky was clear as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its doorways blazed with fire. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. There were no delights of life in it. Fear covered me, and trembling took hold of me. And as I quaked and trembled, I fell upon my face, and I beheld a vision. And behold, there was a second house, greater than the first, and the whole doorway stood open before me, and it was built of flames of fire, and in every way it so excelled in splendor and magnificence and extent that I cannot describe to you its splendor and its extent. And its floor was of fire, and above it were lightnings and the path of the stars, and its ceiling also was flaming fire. And I looked and saw in it a lofty throne. Its appearance was as crystal, and its wheels were as the shining sun, and there was the vision of cherubim. And from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look on it. And the great glory sat upon it, and his robe shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. None of the angels could enter, and could behold his face, by reason of the magnificence and glory, and no flesh could behold him. A flaming fire was round about him, and a great fire stood before him, and none around could draw near him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, yet he needed no counselor. And the most holy ones who were near to him did not leave by night, nor depart from him. And until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling. And the Lord called me with his own mouth, and said to me, Come here, Enoch, and hear my word. And one of the holy ones came to me and woke me, and made me rise up and approach the door, and I bowed my face downward. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch, you righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Approach here and hear my voice. And go, say to the watchers of heaven, who have sent you to intercede for them, you should intercede for men, and not men for you. Why have you left the high, holy, and eternal heaven, and lain with women, and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men, and taken wives for yourselves, and done like the children of earth, and begotten giants as your sons? And though you were holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women, and have begotten children with the blood of flesh, and, as the children of men, have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also do who die and perish. Therefore have I given them wives also, that they might impregnate them, and beget children by them, that thus nothing might be lacking to them on earth. But you were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life, and immortal for all generations of the world. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you, for the dwelling of the spiritual ones of heaven is in heaven. And now the giants, who are produced from the spirits and flesh, shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and their beginning and primal origin is from the holy watchers. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. And the spirits of heaven in heaven shall be their dwelling, but the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth shall be their dwelling. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. Chapter 16. From the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits have gone forth, they shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of the consummation, the great judgment, in which the age shall be wholly consummated over the watchers and the godless. And now, as to the watchers who have sent you to intercede for them, who had been formerly in heaven, say to them, You have been in heaven, but all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you, and you knew worthless ones. And these in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women. And through these mysteries, women and men work much evil on earth. Say to them, therefore, you shall have no peace. Chapter 17. And they took and brought me to a place where those who were there were like flaming fire, and when they wished, they appeared as men. And they brought me to the place of darkness, and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the places of the luminaries, and the treasuries of the stars, and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows and their quiver, and a fiery sword, and all the lightnings. And they took me to the living waters, and to the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. And I came to a river of fire, in which the fire flows like water, and discharges itself into the great sea toward the west. I saw the great rivers, and came to the great river, and to the great darkness, and went to the place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter, and the place from which all the waters of the deep flow. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the deep. Chapter 18. I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how with them he had furnished the whole creation, and the firm foundations of the earth. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of the heaven. And I saw how the winds stretch out the height of heaven, and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of the heaven. I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circuit of the sun, and all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. And I proceeded and saw a place which burns day and night, where there are 7 mountains of magnificent stones, 3 toward the east and 3 toward the south. And as for those toward the east, one was of coloured stone, and one of pearl, and one of healing stone, and those toward the south of red stone. But the middle one reached to heaven, like the throne of God, and it was of alabaster, and the summit of the throne was of sapphire. And I saw a flaming fire, and beyond these mountains is a region, the end of the great earth. There the heavens were completed. And I saw a deep abyss, with columns of heavenly fire, and among them I saw columns of fire fall, which were beyond measure both toward the height and toward the depth. And beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of heaven above it, and no firmly founded earth beneath it. There was no water upon it, and no birds, but it was a waste and horrible place. I saw there 7 stars, like great burning mountains, and when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. It has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven. And the stars which roll over the fire are those which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord at the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was angry with them, and bound them until the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years." Chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, "Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, defile mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand until the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged, until they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen." Chapter 20. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels, who takes vengeance on the world of the Luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, who is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Sarakel, one of the holy angels, who is set over the spirits of men who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels, who is over paradise, and the serpents and the cherubim. Remiel, one of the holy angels, whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something terrible. I saw neither a heaven above, nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, For what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in here? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, and was chief over them, Enoch, why do you ask, and why are you eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from there I went to another place, which was still more terrible than the former. And I saw a fearful thing, a great fire there which burned and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent nor its magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, How fearful is this place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said to me, Enoch, why do you have such fear and dread? And I answered, Because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said to me, This place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 22. And from there I went to another place, and he showed me in the west another great and high mountain of hard rock, and there were in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look upon. Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said to me, These hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble in them, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, until their appointed time, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael the angel who was with me, and said to him, This spirit which makes suit, whose is it, whose voice goes forth and makes suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, This is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is wiped out from among the seed of men. Then I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, Why is one separated from the other? And he answered me and said to me, These 3 have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated. And such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is a bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed upon them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain, till the great day of judgment and of punishment, and of torment of those who curse forever, and the retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners, and such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from there. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who rules forever. Chapter 23. From there I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran on regularly. And I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, answered me and said to me, This course of fire which you have seen is the fire in the west, which drives onward all the luminaries of heaven. Chapter 24. And from there I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burned day and night. And I went beyond it, and saw 7 majestic mountains, all differing from each other, and the stones of them were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, 1 founded upon the other, and 3 towards the south, 1 upon the other, and deep, rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And among them was a tree such as I had never yet smelled. None among them, nor any others, was like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Chapter 25. And he said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me regarding the fragrance of this tree, and why do you wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain which you have seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy and Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be food for the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as your fathers lived, and in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then I bless the God of glory, the eternal King, who has prepared such things for the righteous, and has created them and promised to give them. Chapter 26. And I went from there to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming. And there I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain. And to the west of it there was another mountain, lower than the former and of small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep and narrow, formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. and I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. Yea, I marveled very much. Chapter 27. Then I said, For what purpose is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, those who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and who of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and set forth his glory and praised him gloriously. Chapter 28. And from there I went towards the east, into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants, and water gushed forth from above, rushing like a copious watercourse which flowed towards the northwest, and it caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 29. And from there I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water, and in it there was a tree, the colour of fragrant trees such as the Majestic, and on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. And I saw other mountains, and among them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sarara and Galbanum. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, upon which were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of stacte, being like almond trees, and when one burnt it, it smelled sweeter than any fragrant odour. Chapter 32. And after these fragrant odours, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard, and fragrant trees, and cinnamon, and pepper. And from there I went over the summits of all these mountains, far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zotiel. And I came to the garden of righteousness, and I saw from afar off trees more numerous than these trees, and great, 2 trees there, very great, beautiful, and glorious, and magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they eat, and know great wisdom. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruit is like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Then I said, How beautiful is the tree, and how attractive is its look. Then Raphael the holy angel, who was with me, answered me and said, This is the tree of wisdom, of which your father old in years, and your aged mother, who were before you, have eaten, and they learned wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Chapter 33. And from there I went to the ends of the earth, and saw there great beasts, and each differed from the other. And I saw birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from the other. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, where the heaven rests, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me and wrote them down for me. Also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. Chapter 34. And from there I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious wonder at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction upon the earth, and they blow with violence. Chapter 35. And from there I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, and the same number of outlets. Chapter 36. And from there I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of the heaven. And from there come dew, rain, and wind. And from there I went to the east to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory, and I continue to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to spirits and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation, that they might see the work of his might and praise the great work of his hands, and bless him forever. Chapter 37. The second vision which he saw, the vision of wisdom, which Enoch the son of Jared, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Canaan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, saw. And this is the beginning of the words of wisdom, which I lifted up my voice to speak and say to those who dwell on earth. Hear, you men of old time, and see, you that come after, the words of the Holy One, which I will speak before the Lord of spirits. It were better to declare them only to the men of old time. But even from those that come after, we will not withhold the beginning of wisdom. Till the present day, such wisdom has never been given by the Lord of spirits, as I have received, according to my insight, according to the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits, by whom the lot of eternal life has been given to me. Now 3 parables were imparted to me, and I lifted up my voice and recounted them to those that dwell on the earth. Chapter 38. The first parable. When the congregation of the righteous shall appear, and sinners shall be judged for their sins, and shall be driven from the face of the earth. And when the righteous one shall appear before the eyes of the righteous, whose elect works hang upon the Lord of spirits, and light shall appear to the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth. Where then will be the dwelling of the sinners, and where the resting place of those who have denied the Lord of spirits? It had been good for them if they had not been born. When the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, and the sinners judged, and the godless driven from the presence of the righteous and elect, from that time those that possess the earth shall no longer be powerful and exalted, and they shall not be able to behold the face of the holy, for the Lord of spirits has caused his light to appear on the face of the holy, righteous, and elect. Then shall the kings and the mighty perish, and be given into the hands of the righteous and holy. And from then on, none shall seek for themselves mercy from the Lord of spirits, for their life is at an end. Chapter 39. And it shall come to pass in those days that elect and holy children will descend from the high heaven, and their seed will become one with the children of men. And in those days Enoch received books of zeal and wrath, and books of disquiet and expulsion. And mercy shall not be accorded to them, says the Lord of spirits. And in those days a whirlwind carried me off from the earth, and set me down at the end of the heavens. And there I saw another vision, the dwelling places of the holy, and the resting places of the righteous. Here my eyes saw their dwellings with his righteous angels, and their resting places with the holy. And they petitioned and interceded and prayed for the children of men. And righteousness flowed before them as water, and mercy like dew upon the earth. Thus it is among them for ever and ever. And in that place my eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of faith, and I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the Lord of spirits. And righteousness shall prevail in his days, and the righteous and elect shall be without number before him for ever and ever. And all the righteous and elect before him shall be strong as fiery lights, and their mouth shall be full of blessing. And their lips extol the name of the Lord of spirits, and righteousness before him shall never fail. There I wished to dwell, and my spirit longed for that dwelling place. And there until now has been my portion, for so has it been established concerning me before the Lord of spirits. In those days I praised and extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessings and praises, because he has destined me for blessing and glory according to the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits. For a long time my eyes regarded that place, and I blessed him and praised him, saying, Blessed is he, and may he be blessed from the beginning and forevermore. And before him there is no ceasing. He knows before the world was created what is forever, and what will be from generation to generation. Those who sleep not bless you. They stand before your glory and bless, praise and extol, saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of spirits. He fills the earth with spirits. And here my eyes saw all those who sleep not. They stand before him and bless and say, Blessed be you, and blessed be the name of the Lord for ever and ever. And my face was changed, for I could no longer behold. Chapter 40. And after that I saw thousands of thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000. I saw a multitude beyond number and reckoning, who stood before the Lord of spirits. And on the four sides of the Lord of spirits I saw four presences, different from those that sleep not, and I learned their names. For the angel that went with me made known to me their names, and showed me all the hidden things. And I heard the voices of those four presences as they uttered praises before the Lord of glory. The first voice blesses the Lord of spirits forever and ever. And the second voice I heard blessing the elect one, and the elect ones who hang upon the Lord of spirits. And the third voice I heard pray and intercede for those who dwell on the earth, and supplicate in the name of the Lord of spirits. And I heard the fourth voice fending off the Satans, and forbidding them to come before the Lord of spirits to accuse them who dwell on the earth. After that I asked the angel of peace who went with me, who showed me everything that is hidden. Who are these four presences which I have seen, and whose words I have heard and written down? And he said to me, This first is Michael, the merciful and long-suffering, and the second, who is set over all the diseases and all the wounds of the children of men, is Raphael, and the third, who is set over all the powers, is Gabriel, and the fourth, who is set over the repentance unto hope of those who inherit eternal life, is named Phanuel. And these are the four angels of the Lord of spirits, and the four voices I heard in those days. Chapter 41. And after that I saw all the secrets of the heavens, and how the kingdom is divided, and how the actions of men are weighed in the balance. And there I saw the mansions of the elect and the mansions of the holy. and my eyes saw there all the sinners being driven from there, who deny the name of the Lord of spirits, and being dragged off, and they could not abide because of the punishment which proceeds from the Lord of spirits. And there my eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and of the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, how they are divided to blow over the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and dew. And there I saw from where they proceed in that place, and from where they saturate the dusty earth. And there I saw closed chambers, out of which the winds are divided. The chamber of the hail and winds, the chamber of the mist, and of the clouds. And the cloud thereof hovers over the earth from the beginning of the world. And I saw the chambers of the sun and moon, from where they proceed and where they come again, and their glorious return, and how one is superior to the other, and their stately orbit, and how they do not leave their orbit, and they add nothing to their orbit, and they take nothing from it, and they keep faith with each other, in accordance with the oath by which they are bound together. And first the sun goes forth and traverses his path according to the commandment of the Lord of spirits, and mighty is his name for ever and ever. And after that I saw the hidden and the visible path of the moon, and she accomplishes the course of her path in that place by day and by night, the one holding a position opposite to the other before the Lord of spirits. And they give thanks and praise and rest not, for to them is their thanksgiving rest. For the sun changes oft for a blessing or a curse, and the course of the path of the moon is light to the righteous, and darkness to the sinners in the name of the Lord, who made a separation between the light and the darkness, and divided the spirits of men, and strengthened the spirits of the righteous, in the name of his righteousness. For no angel hinders, and no power is able to hinder. For he appoints a judge for them all, and he judges them all before him.